Uh, X-Men has been haunting, in particular, the people of this particular podcast for a very long time. Honestly, there have been, I would say, haunting images of this particular thing. And the reason I'm using Age of Apocalypse for that is if you did watch Wolverine and the X-Men uh, on Nickelodeon back in whenever that was, that had to be in the early 2000s, not even made the double digit 2000s, is that it ended season one and it only gets one season with a tease of the Age of Apocalypse. I mean, literally, with the characters in costume, you get a chance to see Cyclops and Sinister and Apocalypse. You know, they were going to do an Age of Apocalypse storyline on Wolverine and the X-Men. It doesn't get renewed. And so this image, literally the final image of the show, is the Age of Apocalypse that they never wind up getting to. Going back to Pryde of the X-Men, X-Men standing on the Earth, Pryde of the X-Men. Every once and then, and I have it on DVD, of course. Every once and then I'll watch it just because it's so freaking cool. Like it's still, I mean, even though it's a little bit corny, it's still really cool. X-Men standing on the Earth, never get that. And then I would say, if we're going to be ranking these, which I'm going to ask you to, which one haunted you the most? That X-Men, the two with the Phoenix effect in the water.
Oh,
I'm telling this story right now, and I have goosebumps. That movie came out in 2003. I was so hyped leaving that movie theater, thinking about what we were going to get after that. I mean, that image haunts me. Sometimes I can't even watch X2 because I know what actually comes after and what they actually gave us because I'm so hyped about it. So, throwing it to y'all, which one of these haunts y'all the most? Like, which one are you most disappointed that I mean, again, we did get Phoenix in an X-Men movie, but it sucked ass. Which
Super
one
only gets
bothered you
worse.
the most? Which one bothered you the most? Brother Beavis?
I think the Wolverine and the X-Men finale, because I kind of hated that show when it first came out, because to me it was like a continuation of X-Men Last Stand,
Mm,
which is, the poor payoff for the
the
Phoenix.
Phoenix thing too, yeah.
And it did feel like we were going to get Age of Apocalypse, which we really hadn't and still haven't gotten. They did sort of a bootleg version on the animated series
Yeah.
that was the problem with when they tried to pull off the later stories, they had the continuity so jumbled because of character selection. They
Yeah.
couldn't do a lot of it. And I came to like the Wolverine story, the Wolverine the X-Men cartoon, but to me it was like, oh yeah, the your savage loner who happens to sell more comic books is now the leader and everything's about him. Like that was not the X-Men story I wanted to read.
Yeah.
Like with Pride of the X-Men, it was mostly upsetting because I had just missed the cartoon, which I can now see. I guess I guess you can think about like that was probably the preamble to us actually getting X-Men the animated series. So between
Yeah.
the arcade game and everything that came, I think that did get paid off. But it was mostly because I just missed like one of, I think at that time maybe three X-Men cartoons you could see in the world.
Yeah.
So
Exactly. Watch any of these haunt you the most?
I'm not sure haunting is the right word.
Okay.
But I mean, the Pride of the X-Men, if that would have been a series that came out every week, like you hopefully would have, I mean, instead of that one shot, I mean, who knows what would have happened? That's a Legion taking over the world type of series in real life for us.
Yeah. Again, you got to be a certain age, which means you had that in a certain age when this came on. Okay, because what happened is that if you were geared up to watch Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends, and again 25 episodes that it had, even though it ran for 1,000 years, you were like, oh, okay, here comes Spider-Man and Amazing Friends, and this just popped up. And again,
yeah.
this is no internet, there was no preview that you knew that this was coming at all, and it was like, what's this? And the animation was so much better. It's the X-Men. I mean, they got even brown suit Wolverine in there. Like, I mean, we were hyped.
And
Like,
Colossus in front.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Good Lord. Yes, this is the throwing shit out of the way kind of situation, and yeah, that was a moment for sure. But like I said, go ahead.
It's funny, like now you can watch anything all the time. Back then, you couldn't watch what you were lucky if you got to watch what was supposed to be scheduled at that time. Like
Yes, exactly.
just random stuff would come on sometimes. Like, oh,
And this
how
was
was I
random,
supposed
I
to? Yeah,
think.
Yeah.
Oh, this was super
we
random.
didn't tape this, right? We didn't get tape of this, right?
Oh, of course not. No. I mean, again, I mean, I think at this point it's become urban legend, and this group chat is it comes on, and I don't know if it was the first time or if it was a repeat thing, and Brother Beavis hadn't seen it, and I use hello kids, fellow kids. I used the telephone, a landline, to call this man on the phone, like, yo, you missed the X-Men. It's on, oh my God. And then, Brothers comes out and he literally sees the final scene of him standing on the earth. Like that's it. Like he doesn't get a chance to actually see it. It's the only part that he got a chance to see. Like this is, I mean, it's urban legend at this point.
Yeah.
So this
was this a right hat test on us or something?
What?
See if we can mobilize the nerd populace. Can we activate the sleeper cell?
Yeah, like it was like a NORAD or something on us.
NORAD, right, Air Force Base, flashing up words like Winter Soldier.
Halloween 3 Season of the Witch. They all get up and march up to their comic book store.
Yeah, what the?
We have activated the team.
Yeah,
Wolverine.
Yeah, and again, I know this will be the last part. We'll jump back into the book. Like this is literally something that children, kids, or whatever miss now about not knowing something that's going to happen immediately, or at least even suspect it. Like you just there's no prizes hardly anymore. I mean, it can happen, but everything leaks essentially beforehand, or at least there's an inkling of it. Like this was out of nowhere, and then it never came back. Like because I imagine Hush, me and you, the next Saturday. We was definitely waiting for that shit to come on.
We watched every horrible thing that came on that Fox on there.
Like I am not moving. Whatever
they might show it at any time. We are
right. And who are we going to talk to, or who are we going to call Fox, or call what we're going to do?
Yeah, I mean that's literal DEFCON
Mandela effect. Something.
Yeah, exactly. We were like, right, this shit might come on, and then again, in the random times that it did, because it did come on just randomly. Whatever you're looking for, Spider-Man and Amazing Friends, and this shit would just pop on, and it was like, oh well, I'm gonna watch this again. You might have got a chance to VCR, but you probably didn't. And so, yeah, I mean, definitely one of the first purchases I made as a real tax-paying adult was that VHS, which I still have. I have it on VHS.
It's probably worth a lot of money if it ain't.
You probably have
a tape over
no player somewhere.
Right? Yeah, well, yeah, find a VHS. No, the literal one, like out of the box store VHS.
No, I know what you're saying.
Yeah, so that Phoenix though, man, that is true. I would have run a whole ass marathon coming out of that booth here. I can't even, as hype as I was after Endgame and Infinity War, I don't even, it's close in a third. You know what I'm saying? Like I was ready. Man,
I remember when the Batman, The Dark Knight, I was like, I didn't want to leave the movie theater after that, at the end of that one.
Yeah, I was.
But this one, I mean, I remember that scene, and I think I was hyped too. I don't know if it's in my top 5.